Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Total Addiction Outdoors. Today's the afternoon of September the 9th, and we're out here today on a permission farm, just doing a little scouting here, getting ready for season to start here in less than a month, so it's time to get ready to rock and roll. Today we're going to be scouting some pinch points that I located back in shed hunting season, and we're going to be checking some cameras, and we're going to be putting a couple more cameras up and seeing if we can't find some of those early fresh scrape lines starting to pop up here as we get into the velvet shedding stage. Most of my bucks have already dropped their velvet here for the year, so it'll be exciting to see what pops up on camera here in the next couple of weeks as the summer ranges shift to the rut ranges and bucks start moving around a little bit more. So right now I'm standing in it's mainly in an oak thicket. You can see that there's been a lot of acorn over the last couple of weeks. It's a big open hillside leading up to a round top, and deer always take the path of least resistance. We got a nice trail here running back up along this side hill, going into a pinch point where they break down over a ravine, and there's a trail right above me here. I believe right there runs out through, and they all pinch together in this corner because below me is a real brushy field down over in here, and the easiest bank to cross is right down here below me. Then they funnel up through and they run through another area over there, and right here, let's go check this out. It looks like a buck bed. I did not expect to find a buck bed right here. They normally don't bed here, but it just seems odd to me that there is a bed-sized area cleaned of leaves, and looks like some old deer scat on there as well. You can see all the acorn holes just littering the ground here, even littering his bed. So these deer are eating good up here. There's two more trails that run from here out to my west, and we're gonna hike out there and see where those lead. I'm expecting to find a scrape line out there. I'll keep you in touch. Hopefully we find something good today. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so I walked out here down one of those two trails that I just mentioned, and I broke out here to a transition line, and transition lines are so vital when you're hunting. They provide great corridors and travel highways for the deer. I just came down this trail. You can see it's pretty open woods with some grapevines in it, and I broke out here to what's probably an old road, and there's some fresh tracks kicked up here in the mud going up, so I was definitely bumping deer, and this is going out into some sort of an old field here that we're going to explore a little bit, and the deer seem to really love this. Got some good habitat and good cover in here for them, so let's keep going. We'll see what we find. Alrighty guys, this property is pretty crazy. I don't think I've walked but another 50 yards here, and I got yet another two trails that pinch together here. These probably are just feed to bedding trails. Don't really want to run a camera on them. I'm looking for my fresh scrapes for that right now, but check this out. Got a trail here leading right up. Look at that, they pinch together. Go straight up over this bank. That one runs back down in. So much cover here. This property is rather a tricky one to hunt. Till you factor in your thermals and the way that the wind swirls around the hillsides and funnels up through the hollows, it's tricky to not get winded by the deer. But we're always keeping our eyes open for better setups and better stand locations, and keep walking. The trail along this road here is really well worn and definitely well used. You can see it running straight out through here in front of me, and it definitely goes back there behind me. So I've only come about 70 yards on it here so far, and I've definitely seen where the trails stop going up and down, and they're now running all with the hillside, and just goes along with what I talked about, deer taking the path of least resistance. So we got to find where these trails all come together and find that pinch point, and we'll be looking gold. Alrighty guys, so we finally got back in here to our first pinch point here that I found back in shed season, And I'll turn the camera around here and show you guys what I was looking for. So we have a lateral trail that runs along the hillside, out through here, back along that old logging road there that I walked out on just now. Right below me I have a bench that they carved out with a dozer, and we have an old spillway running down into the hollow, and then it cuts up to the hilltop, making somewhat of a road or a transition way for the deer. You can see my camera right there watching this spot. All the trails meet right here. So this will be a great spot later on, probably to find a territorial scrape on. So I'm going to keep watching it here. I'm going to pull the camera down and check it out on my laptop and see what we saw. So I just pulled this camera card out and started looking at it. And a few pictures in, saw these two nice bucks coming down the trail and got my hopes up. And that would be the last time I saw them for 3 weeks. And I couldn't figure out why. Kept scrolling through the pictures. Them little rascals don't help things at all. And then this guy showed up. Now I have more pictures of him than I do of these bucks. Go a couple more, look at that little cub. There's a nice sized boar. Big blocky head on him. And yet another one. And that would be the last I've seen of bucks on this camera. So I found out the deer aren't really going up and down on this trail too much. They're pretty much using the lateral trails as I expected that they would be. So we're going to pull this camera down since we haven't seen any buck activity, a lot of doe activity, which is great. And we're going to move it deeper back into this property here and see what we can find. Alrighty guys, got that camera pulled and brought it out around the hillside and found where a couple other trails came together out here. So I got it set up right here behind me, and got two trails here coming out from where we were. One cuts up over, but I found another sneaky trail that cuts down over this hillside here. So we'll see if that doesn't yield us something better here in the next couple of weeks. Check this out guys. On this interchange here, two trails, one running up this way, one running straight up through there. Look at this trail, just beaten mud. I tell you what, that's money right there in the big woods. Pinch point coming right down in here, and then the trail splits. One goes this way, one goes that way. You can catch this whole area's worth of deer right here on one trail. I was a little bit off in where I first thought this pinch point was, but I was pretty close. And after about 10 minutes of poking around and hunting for it, I finally found it. So it does leave a lot of scent out in the woods here, coming out right before hunting season and poking around, but hopefully the bucks are still on enough of a summer range that leaving a little bit of scent won't disturb them too much. So plus it's a rainy day, so hopefully a lot of it will evaporate or get washed off tomorrow. So let's move the camera again because I think this is a better spot than where we just put it. So let's get it set up and then we'll keep moving. Alrighty guys, so it wasn't but 2 minutes later here. I'm still right on this pinch point. And this is an old scrape from last year. Hasn't been freshened up yet, I would say. And there's some sweet trails coming right into here. This is a great area and almost impossible to hunt because I can feel the wind swirling around me right now. These bucks feel super safe down in areas like this. What a place to catch them. Let's keep looking. That's a sweet, fresh looking rub. It's thick in here. I took for granted how thick this was. Put that's where you got to find them. Looks like we got our first scrape here. Trailhead coming up out of the cover. I didn't film it, but I kicked a buck out down there and set a camera up. It's coming through there, and I just started to film and talk, and the buck spooked about 25 yards from me, so that's a good sign. He wasn't very big though, but still, it's a great thing. Alrighty guys, so we're getting to the end of the day here, and just have one last spot to check, and it is just what I was looking for back in the spring. It's a great transitional area between field and thick cover, a bedding area directly upwind of me here, and there's a big communal scrape right here I'll show you, and I actually just kicked a big deer bedded as I was approaching the spot, and he ran right down this trail that I'm on right now. So it looks like a money spot here for the fall. You can play the wind right, and hopefully he's bedded here. So let's go check out this scrape. All dug up. Licking branch here. It's been broke for a while. There's a snap branch right there as well. These trails run all through here. This is just a great spot to catch daytime movement, and clearly it is a fantastic spot since that buck was just bedded right there. They can see really well in here, and they can smell really well in here, the way the wind pushes through here. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. Make sure you like this video, and go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell if you enjoy our content, and that helps us put out more content in the future. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. We'll see you next time.